Chapter 4, Camera Work. Good camera work makes a movie flow effortlessly, but however famous the movie, director, or camera operator, they still rely on the same shooting techniques that we cover here. You'll learn a variety of camera shot setups, which includes preparing the white balance, setting shot priorities, starting and stopping a scene, thinking like an editor, simplifying a shot, and composing the image. 7 camera concepts. White balance. White balance means that despite the actual light color, white should appear white. There are several factors which affect this, so make your decision based on what you see. Overall, automatic is pretty accurate and the easiest to use. Set shot priorities. Make a shot list and shoot the most important shots first. You don't want to be stuck when the subject tires, gets bored, or is called away. Don't rush it. Never rush a shot. Start, wait 3 seconds, 2, 1, action. Get your shot, 3, count 3 more seconds, 1, cut. No shot should ever look rushed. All shots should include a clean beginning and ending. Think like an editor. A good cameraman thinks like an editor. Try to get 3 shots of every scene. For example, shoot full length, mid-range, and close-up. That will provide a lot more choice during the editing process. Study postage stamps. Postage stamps are great examples of simplified, easy-to-see graphics, clean shapes, uncluttered backgrounds. Half the world watches video on mobile devices, so think postage stamp graphics. Rule of thirds. When composing a shot, it's common knowledge to divide your screen into thirds and place your subject at the 1/3 mark. However, for video, especially small screen viewing, this is unnecessary. Placing the subject in the center is usually fine, and it can avoid potential autofocus problems. Action, reaction. One big difference between an amateur shoot and a professional one is that for every action, the professional will get a reaction. Action, reaction. It will make almost every scene better. These boardwalk street performers. 5 shooting techniques. Here are tips on how to vary your shot angles. Keep in mind, the purpose is to help tell your story, not to just be interesting. Telephoto. A telephoto lens helps isolate the subject from the background. It also creates more flattering portraits. Wide-angle lens. Amateurs generally shoot their subjects from too far away, so a wide-angle lens only makes things worse. Sure, a wide-angle shot can establish a setting, but it usually sacrifices details. You can still shoot close and tight and get plenty of detail with a wide-angle lens. Just move in closer. Close-ups. Close-ups are essential to any story, and never be shy about getting too many. Consider close-up shots the norm, not the exception. They often look best when shot on a tripod. Keep your shots nice and tight and your details nice and sharp. Bird's eye view. Shooting straight down on the subject is called a bird's eye view. It's not an everyday perspective, but can be really fun and dramatic. Use it sparingly. Shoot tight. As mentioned, amateurs tend to shoot everything from too far away. They don't know what they're missing. No, more is not better because the more you show, the less you see. It's preferable to be in a little too close than a little too far away. Any questions? 5 more shooting techniques. Dollying. You dolly when the camera moves with the subject. This is a fun technique that works. The viewer comes along with the moving subject. Zooming. Showing the camera zooming in and out is almost always distracting. I recommend don't do it. Better to shoot a shot before the zoom and then after it. Panorama. Panorama is moving the camera from one side to the other to show a wide panoramic shot. Use it sparingly, and when you do, pan slowly. Instead, I recommend a set of individual shots. Concentrate on showing details. Tilting. Tilting is the same as panning, only instead of going side to side, you go top to bottom, or bottom to top. Panning. Panning is panning the camera to keep a moving subject in your frame. Notice how effectively it keeps your eye focused on the subject. There are all kinds of cool camera shot angles, but the bottom line is all about getting the shot that helps tell your story. Make sure you're familiar with the lighting and technical terms and how to execute each shot. Some call it practice.